Right now at 6, the school voucher program is set to expand. Tonight we hear from Tennessee lawmakers about adding millions of dollars more for those school scholarships. And that means there are shortfalls in money to pay for other projects in East Tennessee. We'll explain.
Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. And boy, it's been a nice day today. 76 degrees right now. That matches and ties our high for the day. We're talking about 80 degrees plus the remainder of the week. Scattered rain chances possible this weekend. We'll talk about those details next.
A trusted Knoxville resource has moved and officially reopened. Coming up, how a new location for Care Cuts could expand services and help reach more families across the area.
10 News is sponsored by Quality Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Good evening and thank you for watching 10 News at 6. I'm John Becker. Robin Wilhoit is off this evening. Tonight, state lawmakers are set to expand the school voucher program. It means millions more taxpayer dollars will go to funding private school tuition for families across Tennessee. But the expansion will cost hundreds of millions of dollars more in what is already a tight budget year. It means a shortfall in money to fund priority projects here in East Tennessee. And 10 News reporter Ellis Rold explains the concerns and the tough choices.
As Tennessee expands its school voucher program, some lawmakers say it's coming with tough budget trade-offs. The plan will cost the state more than $315 million this year, growing to $350 million next year, as it allows more families to use public money for private school tuition. But some lawmakers say that price tag is already affecting other programs.
It's a hole in the budget that we have to fill. And that means the money has to come from somewhere.
Several proposals for Knox County were not funded, including adding 20 inpatient beds at the McNabb Center for Mental Health Services.
We were not able to get this money this year, and I know Senator Massey was very disappointed. She tried very, very hard. We had tried. She and I had submitted budget amendments. We had talked to the governor. We had talked to other people. We didn't get the money.
Briggs says leaders are also struggling to come up with money to fund I-40 repairs and other transportation needs. He also wanted a higher reimbursement rate for the Knox County Jail to house state prisoners so that state costs aren't trickling down to Knox County taxpayers. Those didn't get funded.
In the end, there's things that we really need to have done that are not getting done because they've got to pay for the vouchers.
Democrats also have concerns about the budget and oversight.
When taxpayer dollars are going to private schools, we should be able to have accountability and transparency on how that money is spent.
And with costs expected to increase next year, conversations around priorities are likely far from over.
That was Ellis Rold reporting. Again, State Senator Richard Briggs says he can't draw a direct link between the increased cost for the voucher program and the drop in money for his priorities in East Tennessee, but we are seeing the reality of the give and take of working out state budgets. New at 6, Tennessee lawmakers are moving ahead with a bill targeting pharmacies. The Senate passing a bill critics say could shut down more than 100 CVS stores, reducing options for almost 1.5 million people in the state. Supporters of the bill say it cuts out middlemen in the pharmacy business and should benefit consumers with lower prices. In a statement, CVS Health saying the following bill's passing says this: the misguided policy will lead to serious consequences for the state, including the closure of 25 MinuteClinic locations where Tennesseans get acute and primary care, and the loss of more than 2,000 jobs. Earlier this afternoon, the Tennessee Pharmacists Association releasing this statement saying in part, CVS's threat is a signal that given the choice between being a pharmacy or a PBM, it will always choose profits over patients. The bill now heads to the House for a vote. Let's turn outdoors, and the forecast gorgeous today across East Tennessee. What a Tuesday for April. Chief Meteorologist Todd Howell joining us with those warmer temperatures to come, Todd.
Yeah.
And also the chances for rain. We're going to have to wait a little later in the week.
That's exactly right, John. Warm and mainly dry through Friday, but scattered rain chances return as we get into the start of the weekend. We'll talk much more about those details coming right up. Well, good evening to you. Hope you're enjoying this nice Tuesday. 76 degrees are high today. That is also our our current temperature, we've basically been holding steady in the mid-70s for about the last 3 hours. All right, winds are southwest at 13 miles per hour. Humidity has come down this afternoon into early this evening at 25%, and then dew points correspondingly have lowered as well in the upper 30s. Now, it will be a cool night eventually, but not as chilly as the last couple of nights. So if you're heading out and about, your evening dinner forecast looking nice. Partly cloudy. Again, right now 76 degrees. 8 p.m., we'll call that a nice mild start to our evening, 71. And cooling down with fair skies, 10 p.m. temperature at 63. We're heading down into the upper 40s for your Wednesday morning. As far as the winds, a little bit of a light, steady breeze, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperature 77 from Dandridge, Pigeon Forge, hopping over to Oak Ridge. Again, Knoxville 76 down to Lenore City and Sweetwater. Upper 40s to near 50 for the low tonight. And we're back up to around 80 degrees for your Wednesday. Those high clouds made up of ice crystal cirrus clouds should give us a gorgeous sunset tonight at 8:14. I'll be back to talk more about our weekend rain chances in just a few moments. John?
Todd, appreciate it. In Knox County, more than 8,300 voters, 8,300 voters have cast a ballot in early voting, but that's just a fraction of the 264,000 who can vote. One key tactic campaigns are using to drive more voters to the polls is your text window on your phone. 10 News reporter Alana Mutnick explains how that tactic appears to be in overdrive this election cycle and how voters are responding.
Local races to national campaigns, political texts are flooding inboxes this election season.
Very many in a short period of time.
One voter says the volume alone is making him tune out.
I started reading them, and then now I just kind of pass over them.
Other voters say they've gotten used to it.
I've probably gotten texts before, but this is definitely, they've ramped up the game this time.
Democratic political consultant Jack Vaughn says this seems to be the new norm.
When people might not be answering their door all the time, something that's a little more guaranteed is that folks are on their phones more.
He says it's a more effective way of communication.
It's not like the candidate's calling each person individually. You can shoot off a text.
Knox County Republican Party Chairman Martin Daniel is seeing the same trend.
Some of the younger voters that I've talked with say they don't receive or don't look at mailers. So texting is an alternative to that.
While that may be the case, voters are now left deciding whether to engage.
The technology is there, they might as well use it.
Or delete.
I'm about ready for the elections to happen.
Alana Mutnick reporting there. Quick online checks show political text messages cost about 0.1 cent per text in the U.S. Messages with posts and videos are a little bit more. They're a quarter of a cent. We heard from that political analyst Jack Vaughn, who says there is a vast difference between campaign messaging and spam messages, so be sure to look closely. Early voting runs through April 30th. Here's a look at some of the locations. Again, they're Monday through Saturday. Most close at 6 every day. A lot of voters will decide this election who will be Knox County Sheriff. And how about voters deciding on Republican candidates to move on to the general election for Knox County Mayor? Two big decisions voters will make. On our website, everything you need to know before you head to the polls. We have full interviews with candidates looking to win several offices in the county. You can scan that QR code with more information about when, where, and what to vote for before you cast a ballot. For the past decade, Care Cuts has helped people experiencing homelessness regain some confidence. And now a new location right there on Clinton Highway is seeing that mission expand. 10 News reporter Lauren Davis went to that new building and has more on the new space already making an impact.
Changes in the air for Care Cuts Knoxville as they held a grand reopening, bringing its services to a brand new spot. It started with a simple idea.
Get their hair cut and they feel like they have hope and dignity again. And also the courage just to move forward from homelessness.
After 10 years in downtown Knoxville, Care Cuts needed a new space.
We couldn't afford the building that we were in, and it already had a contract on it, so that showed us that God was moving us to some other location.
That search led them to Clinton Highway, where a sponsor helped secure a new home. Tuesday, April 21st was the opening day.
They rode the bus out here, and so we're excited. It really touched my heart.
But this space is more than just haircuts. At the site, clients can get medical care, IDs, clothing, even help finding housing.
You cannot move forward without an ID.
For some people, those services changed everything.
I wanted to be part of it. I was having a lot of issues being on the street too, and it all just went up from there.
Now she's giving back as a volunteer.
I would rather volunteer for Care Cuts than work a full-time job.
And for Stacy Howell, the help came when he needed it most.
I came to Marty, and within an hour, she got me into a recovery center.
He's now working to rebuild his life with support from Care Cuts.
I can, come here and they can help me with my blood pressure medicine because I don't have the money for it yet.
For founder Marty Baker, this new location means reaching more people in need. Care Cuts is always looking for donations, whether that's your time or your money. Reporting in Knoxville, I'm Lauren Davis.
Thank you, Lauren. Care Cuts is open 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And if you would like to learn more information about that nonprofit, including how to donate, you can check that story at our website, WBIR.com. Lady Vols stacking the roster. The Hoops commit that you will be introduced to within minutes now coming to Rocky Top. And Smokies baseball back home on the diamond tonight, getting set to take on a big challenge this season. What the series against Chattanooga has in store for the team and for fans.
Hope you're having a great week. We've got warm temperatures the rest of the week. Rain chances return by the start of the weekend. Coming up, we'll talk about how much rain we could see over the next 7 days.
Lady fat, but we'll see today. The brand spanking new Lady Vols, Fat Jonna, signed with Tennessee today, and she'll be entering her last year of college basketball. As she posted on her Instagram, her caption read, "Last ride." The London native is coming to Tennessee with SEC experience after 2 seasons at St. Peter's Women's Basketball in New Jersey. Fat Jonna stepped into a role with starting all 27 games for the Texas A&M Aggies this past season. She averaged 11 points a game, nearly 10 rebounds a game, and added 38 steals and 11 blocks on the defensive end. was Kyra Van Can sealing the deal for the Lady Vols, who won their first ever golf SEC title today, beating Auburn 3-2. Van Can hit the birdie to give them the win. And another record, guys. This was their 4th win of the season, which is also a program record. Next up for Tennessee, they'll have to wait and see who they'll play in the NCAA tournament. More Lady Vol news. Tennessee softball held a groundbreaking ceremony for a new exciting project at Sherry Lee Parker Stadium. 10 sports anchor Emily Ray Cochran was at the park today with the details and why it means more than just upgrades.
Sherry Parker Lee Stadium is in for its biggest upgrade since the ballpark was built in 2008. The Lady Vols are getting a brand new clubhouse with a target date set for later this upcoming fall. A groundbreaking ceremony was held with the team, coaches, and donors in attendance. The multi-million-dollar project will be built from the ground up, including an upgraded film room, an injury prevention space, new coaches' offices, and a locker room built for champions.
I would have to say probably the new locker room with the vanity mirrors and everything for getting ready. I'm going to see a lot of TikToks, I'm sure, in the future with all the girls, so I'm really excited for them to get to enjoy that.
With all the construction around the renovation, this year's team has had to adjust, which means close quarters in trailers. But it's not all bad. Head coach Karen Weekly says it's taught her team to focus on what truly matters.
They've actually made a pretty cool little home in their portable locker room. And I think sometimes when you have some things taken away from you that you might think are important, you realize what truly is important. And it's more about the young lady to your left and right than it is, what the building looks like that you're in.
When Weekly first got to Tennessee 25 years ago, the team played at Tyson Park with no fancy facilities. To give you some perspective, Lady Vol legend Monica Abbott never played at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. Weekly got emotional thinking about how much Knoxville takes care of women's sports.
I don't often get very emotional, but sitting here, really am overcome with emotion. As an athlete who grew up playing in the 70s when women didn't have opportunities, it meant a lot to me to be at a place where women were important. And when I look around here and I look up on our stands, every time we play, I see the people who have made Tennessee female athletes important.
Reporting from Sherry Parker Lee Stadium for Channel 10 Sports, I'm Emily Ray Cochran. I'll send.
Thanks, Em. Speaking of softball, that team is in action right now. They're playing Radford at Sherry Lee Parker, while baseball are in action as well at Lindsey Nelson. Their first pitch was thrown at 6 p.m., and we'll have recaps for both teams later in our shows. John?
Elijah, thank you. Smokies back on the home diamond at Covenant Health Park tonight. They have a lot on the line as well. The race in the Southern League North is heating up. Smokies on the brink of a first-place win here, preparing to go to battle with Chattanooga. Knoxville is coming off a split series in Pensacola, but now the Lookouts coming to town with the best record in the Southern League. Chattanooga is sitting in first place with Knoxville right behind them. This series, one of the most important early in the season for the Smokies. Only one thing left to say. Let's go Smokies, Todd. First pitch for that game set for 7 o'clock tonight. Let's move to the forecast.
Play ball, right?
Play ball. Almost. It's about perfect for it. 45 minutes from the first pitch. Todd, we can see a little haze there in the skies. The Smokies living up to their name right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some high clouds above as well. Should be a great sunset tonight, 8:14. Smokies first pitch, 7 o'clock, as you talked about, John. And looks like a great night for baseball. Looks like a nice evening. Currently in Knoxville, 76 degrees. That matches our high for the day. Winds are southwest 13 miles per hour. Pressure falling rapidly, but it's been high. High pressure has given us some of those cool nights and pleasant sunny days. We had a lot of sunshine earlier. Now a high veil of some cirrus clouds, but those cirrus clouds made up of ice crystals should give us a beautiful sunset tonight. Humidity has lowered 25%. Current dew point 38 degrees. So as you're heading out and about tonight, mainly in the 70s and 60s. We saw our dinner forecast a moment ago. It'll cool into the 50s late this evening. So may want a little bit of a long sleeve later on tonight, but otherwise enjoy. Looks good. 76 our high today. The average high for today's date, April 21st, 73. Our average low 50. We started out this morning cooler than average, 42 degrees. There's the records for this date, 88 and 27. All right, let's look ahead. We're going to go through all the forecast details right now. We got sunshine returning for your Wednesday, 49 in the morning, 73 at noontime, 80 for the high in the afternoon. So we're getting up to 80 tomorrow. Thursday, a little bit warmer, 82, mostly sunny, warm and dry. I've added a 20% chance for a few spotty showers late Friday, just that 20% spotty, not overly likely, but warm temperatures, 83, may have a few spotty showers. Of course, we need the rain. Here's some good news. As we take it forward over the next 3 days through the next 7 days, elevated rain chances returning Saturday, 60% chance, a 50% chance Saturday evening. Not a washout, but scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms are in our weather picture to start the weekend Saturday. Most of Sunday looks to be mainly dry. We're kind of in between systems from Saturday and then late Monday, more likely Monday night into early Tuesday morning. This looks to be a little bit of a stronger system. Could have some stronger thunderstorms and maybe some heavier rainfall potential. We'll talk about that in a moment, and that kind of moves on out later Tuesday. But that's good news this weekend into early next week. Unsettled weather with better rain chances. How much rainfall potentially could occur? Well, from Nashville to Huntsville to Birmingham, that's 2 to 3 inches. This is over the next 7 days. And again, starting this weekend, but especially that system that's stronger early next week, late Monday and early Tuesday, could bring us some very beneficial rainfall. Looking at 1 to 2 inch rainfall amounts from Knoxville back toward the plateau, about an inch for eastern areas. This is just the potential rainfall. It's a forecast. Obviously, we'll continue to tweak that going forward, but that's what it looks like over the next 7 days right now. Another good reason we need the rain. We're in a drought, but the high tree pollen again today, cedar, oak, mulberry, and birch trees contributing. Grass pollen is low and the mold count moderate. So, yeah, tree pollen very high again today. I know. Hopefully we'll get that much needed rain soon. Well, upper 40s tonight, a pleasant evening the rest of the way, mostly fair to partly cloudy skies. And here's what's happening around the region. You see Nashville's 80 degrees, Memphis 78, 81 in St. Louis. So southwesterly winds will bring in some of that warmer air under a mostly sunny sky for your Wednesday. And again on Thursday, we've added that 20% chance for Friday. That's the next system that kind of swings in from the west. And if this holds true, maybe Friday night and continuing Saturday, that's what we're looking at. A little bit better chance for some of those scattered showers and a few thunderstorms to start the weekend. And again, especially late Monday and early Tuesday, highs back down to the 70s and better chances for those scattered showers and some thunderstorms. Some much needed rain hopefully will continue to come our way. And as we get into early May, looks like a cooling trend could be heading our way, John.
There we go, Todd. A little something else to look forward to.
There you go.
Thank you. If you like true crime, we have an option for you. Streaming on our WBIR Plus app, you can find some suspense several hours of the day. True Crime Network streaming from 8 to 10 every night and 1 to 4 every morning on WBIR Plus. Tonight's episode is called Killer Cases, and it details a 2010 murder of a mother in Florida and her 3 children. The finger pointed at an ex-boyfriend, but the trial got underway and he ordered the murders from prison. You can watch more on that case right now. Download on your TV and watch for free. All right, to see the observation deck there at the Sunsphere typically costs about $10. That goes to $0 on the free days. We'll talk about how you can see it without spending a dime. And then tonight after the game, traffic deaths are up in Knoxville. 2 people died on our roads in the last 3 days. What Knoxville police say they're doing to keep you safe on the road after the game. Soon you'll have an option to visit one of Knoxville's most iconic landmarks for free. Visit Knoxville is hosting free local Sunsphere Days on the first Friday of the month from May through October. Anyone with a Knox County driver's license can receive free entry to the 4th floor observation deck. Space is limited. Admission is first come, first served. For National Travel and Tourism Week, that's May 3rd through the 9th. Visit Knoxville, offering some discounted tickets as well. Adults $8 and children will be $3. Typically costs about $10 for an adult to get up to see that 4th floor deck.
Yeah.
What a day to do that, Todd.
Oh,
It is gorgeous across East Tennessee.
It is fantastic. Warm weather the rest of the week and dry. 80 tomorrow, 82 on Thursday, 83 on Friday. So we're heating up and mainly dry. A few spotty showers Friday. The next few nights and mornings look very pleasant. Enjoy. Now, mid-70s for the weekend. Scattered showers, a few thunderstorms return to our weather picture Saturday. And late Monday and Tuesday, good chances for showers and storms. Looks like a cooling trend with more unsettled weather for the first week of May. That could be some good news.
Todd, thank you. We appreciate you watching. NBC Nightly News is next, and we hope to see you right back here after the NBA game.